A lot of us, we suffer from a lack of energy and not particularly acute minds where we kind of seem stressed or flustered and cloudy almost on a daily basis. CoQ10 has always seemingly been a wonderful product for that. Why your CoQ10?
Well, it's interesting that typically what's being sold and promoted for energy are things that are stimulants. And there you see all these 5-hour energy, 3-hour energy, whatever they are. You'll see all sorts of different products that are basically just stimulants or calories that are trying to, in that way, provide more energy, which that's just a stimulant, and afterwards you're left no better off than you were or worse off than you were before. CoQ10 is something that I've always positioned as the common sense, logical, sort of conservative, rational way to create more energy, because what CoQ10 does, it allows your body, it's the central molecule in all energy production in all the trillions of cells in your body. And it's fascinating. It's one of those things that I've been told when I say this, it's one of those moments for a lot of people that is sort of like a eureka moment, like, wow, never realized that. That we don't think about the fact that every cell in our body, whether it's a little skin cell in our toe, or whether it's a cell in our arteries and veins somewhere in our body, a muscle cell, a cell in our heart, or our lungs, or our liver, or kidneys, every single cell in our body is independently required to produce its own energy. It can't rely on its neighbor for energy. Here, we're in a studio, the lights are on, the energy is coming from a power plant somewhere. So every single cell must have its own power plants. And every single cell actually does. They're called mitochondria. And mitochondria rely on coenzyme Q10 to move the electrons around that gives us energy, which is another thing that's one of those eureka moments, that the energy we all experience, that you're experiencing to watch me, to do whatever you might be doing at your house right now, for me to do what I'm doing, to think, to move, to stand here, that energy solely comes from the movement of electrons in the cells of my body, in the mitochondria in the cells of my body. So our ability to experience life is basically just a bunch of electrons moving around in our cells that gives us the ability to be here and exist. I mean, it's mind-blowing when you think about it. But as you dig into that process, all you do is identify the indispensable role that CoQ10 plays. And what we have here is we did this, and I think, so we've got the different versions.
Yeah.
We did this in October. We're gonna keep this around as a special thing here and there, that we did our typical CoQ10 200 milligrams, but kind of as I did with our Essential One with 2000 IU of vitamin D. If you want to get your vitamin D, because vitamin D is so absolutely essential, you can get our CoQ10 with 1000 IU of vitamin D or with 2000 IU of vitamin D. And guess what? The reason why there's only one price graphic up there, they're all the same price.
Fabulous.
So whether you're getting your CoQ10 200, which of course comes with a full B complex, and this is designed as a perfect product to be taken with my Essential One, my omega-3s. They're all designed and balanced and formulated to work together. But you have the choice whether you want the vitamin D at 1000 or 2000, or just, as we've always done it, the CoQ10 200, which contains, of course, 400 milligrams of vitamin C. It also contains a full B complex.
I think for so many of us, it's so easy, again, with the energy drinks or the extra cup of coffee, or we go to these kind of easy places to get more focus, to feel more alert. Folks, the answer's here. It's a wonderful all-natural product with no fillers or binders or lubricants or preservatives or artificial colors. It's all good, it's all genuine, and we'd love to send you one. Every single size is on a special price, of course. There's a couple things that I would love to do. Number one is tell you that Andrew's facility, talking of energy, is a special place. Many of you have not realized maybe that Andrew's amazing place in Henderson, Nevada, is all solar powered. People are shocked when they see the sheer size, the number of solar panels. Is it fully solar supported?
Oh, it is. We actually generate a bit more power than we use. So we are giving away some of our power, which others get to benefit from. So we generate more power than we need. So, and I was talking before about how responsible we are in terms of the environmental characteristics of the plastic we use in our bottles, that it's not virgin resin, which we were the driving force in changing that. So it's something that, again, solar power, we have no carbon footprint. I actually there was some land that was damaged in Arkansas that was clear cut. All the forest was removed and it was kind of damaged land. So what I did is a while back I bought this land and we cleared the land and we replanted it with forest.
Wow.
So we replanted that forest so we could offset the carbon footprint of literally every bottle we've ever shipped since I started my company in 1979. So I kind of like to adhere when I, as I said before, I love going out in the wilderness and mountain biking or running or hiking trails. And I follow that adage that whatever you do there, the only thing you leave behind are your footprints. And so it's something that if I'm out there and I see stuff, I'll pick it up and try to bring it back.
Now, where does this come from? Being environmentally aware, being very eco-conscious. Where did you learn that, or where did you find that inspiration from?
I would have to say it just comes from my parents, I guess, raised me to be a responsible citizen, and we all perceive things differently. Some people don't think the environment is a problem, but our world is, and maybe it's the scientist in me, our world is an enclosed system. It's a sealed system. We create an incredible amount of waste, the 7 billion humans that exist on this planet. And I think it's incumbent upon us, especially, not meaning to get political, but especially since it looks like the political focus is shifting away from prioritizing our planet and our environment. And that's what we're giving our children and our grandchildren. So I think it's up to us, and unfortunately, my company's a small company. It's really up to business owners, hopefully the big business owners, to make decisions that are in the best interests of our children and grandchildren by protecting our planet.
Well, one of the wonderful things is that when you order an Andrew Lessman product, you know that you're doing great things in terms of you're buying from such just a proud company that does things in the right fashion, the right manner. So you're helping to support in that way. I know that many of you have messaged and emailed Andrew.
Plus, I was going to say, the mere fact that in 38 years we don't use chemical additives.
Right.
A typical vitamin is 25 to 50% chemical additives. Over those 38 years, we haven't, because if you consume a chemical additive in your vitamins, it ends up in the environment. It goes through you. It's eventually in the environment. So with my products, we've virtually eliminated over the years, like almost 40 years, millions and millions and millions of pounds of additives. Never had to be manufactured for my products, never were included in my products, and never had to be an assault on your body because my products are pure.
It's good to know. I mean, these are important things. And I think that's why we love having Andrew here, certainly, is getting this information, getting the behind the scenes, understanding what goes into it. More than just a product on a shelf, we get to understand the backstory, the real story of how it came to be. I know many of you are certainly interested in hearing Andrew's answers to a lot of questions. You have a long list, Andrew, people emailing you all the time.
We have hundreds and hundreds of questions. I was looking at some here about the expiration date. Many folks are worried that if something reaches its expiration date, that it's going to be dangerous or damaging. The purpose of that expiration date is really to let you know that there's a statistical possibility that it might be some degree less than potency, but the products don't become dangerous. Even things like calcium, magnesium, intensive care. The calcium, magnesium in that product will still be good probably 100 years from now. Nonetheless, it still has an expiration date on it, because we make nothing with more than a 3-year expiration date. Plus, when we make our products immediately for the shows. So we're not warehousing products for long periods of time. We don't do that. The only warehouses are at my facility where we make the product, then we ship immediately to HSN, and typically products are manufactured on cycles of every 30 or 60 days.
We're going to head over this way and talk about something else.